3, it's Alex Moss. Starting inside row number 3 in the 5th starting spot, out of Dundas, the Boondocks Grooming, Zarky's Fine Food 21J of Jennifer McCollum, and lining up at the outside in the 6th spot out of Simcoe, it's Zach Buchwald in the 86. Row number 4 will be the 78 of Aiden Nye out of Simcoe in the Todd's Auto, and Lori Nye Arbonne. 78 Machine out of the outside will be Tim Jameson out of Oshwegan in the 177, and starting scratch in the Gibbs Action Sports 32, it is Jillian Hills.
So they're not exactly lined up the way you suggested they would be. Because look at Nye up in the 2nd row. He was supposed to be in the 4th row. I can only guess that some of these drivers elected to go to the back of the field.
Also don't have Enya.
No, Enya's out there. Eric Moss we don't have, I think.
Enya's not on our starting lineup, but it is Enya Robinson out of Rockton in the 6E at the tail of this one. As we are green and underway in Lucas Oil Products Heat Race number 1 for the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bombers.
These drivers were read the riot act at the drivers' meeting, said you've been showing each other absolutely no respect. There's too much door slamming. We're not going to put up with it tonight. You race clean or you won't race at all. So far, so good, Greg.
And the racing surface looks very good here tonight. Last week they had an equipment failure and had some problems watering the infield oval, so there was issues there, but all things look good on the infield oval here tonight as Cody Somerville leads over Alex Moss.
I talked to Glenn Hills today. He said expect Jillian to run better. They had problems opening night. They had problems the last race. He says, I think she's going to be up to speed tonight, and so far, he is absolutely correct as Jillian Hills has worked her way up to the 2nd position.
I'll tell you what, that implement tire down in corner 1, quite a ways out there, making it interesting. They got to pitch that car almost 90 degrees when they get there into the entry.
I think that's fantastic. So Alex Moss leading the way. Jillian Hills looking to take over the 2nd position. She'll do it on the back straightaway. One more lap to go.
Moss, your leader. Hills in 2nd, Somerville there in 3rd. And out of this is the Jillian Hills we're used to seeing that we did not see in weeks 1 and 2.
Down the back straightaway. She'll hunt Moss into turn number 3. Take the long way around. Can she get the power down? No, Moss takes the win. Hills will settle for 2nd. Somerville going to come home 3rd. Nye finishes 4th.
So that concludes Lucas Oil Products Heat Race number 1 for the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bomber Division.
So, Greg, this year is the first year.
Yes.
I know you've done the SOS Tour.
Yes. Part-time at Merrittville last year.
But this year you're full-time at Oshwegan Speedway, full-time Brighton Speedway.
Yes.
How much fun are you having?
Oh, I'm having a lot of fun at the track.
How much sleep are you having?
I'm not having any sleep at all, and getting to and from the track, especially Saturdays, it's about 3.5, 4 hours getting there, about 3 hours getting home. But I'll tell you what, you get to the track, it's fun. And Brighton's such a great atmosphere there.
Love it there. We'll quickly give you the lineup. Ben Buchwald in the 76 on the pole. 01P of Adam Plazik outside. The 01 of Tristan De Silva starts 3rd. 22A is Ashley Nelson. 37 of Jake Moss alongside the 188 Paul Longboat. Dustin Longboat in the 155. Jerry Burnham in the 14. And the 49L is Lucas Smith.
Adam Plazik grabs the lead down the backstretch. Adam out of Caister Center, and that Plazik's Auto Recyclers, Murphy's Country Produce, number 01P. His uncle is Uncle Joe. If you're wondering the relation.
I was wondering the relation because I know Joe's kids have to be about 30 now.
And they're much more into dirt bike racing, not this form of racing like Joe was in the past. In fact, Joe is big into the dirt bike racing as well. But, yeah, Adam is the nephew of Joe Plazik.
It's good to keep that paint scheme alive.
And Adam will come across the stripe leading on lap number 3. We're halfway done this one in heat race number 2, brought to you by Caledonia Auto Supply. Buchwald right now in 2nd, but here comes a challenge on the inside line. Lucas Smith, the point leader, will get by into the runner-up spot.
That's going to leave the door open. Oh, almost. I believe that's one of the longboats trying to force the door open as Buchwald slammed it shut. He's going to try again down in 1 and 2.
So
He let up and he gave it back. He got in there a little too hot, gave the position back, so that was the sportsmanlike thing to do. We've got one more lap to go in this bomber heat in a battle between Plazic and Smith for the win.
Smith is right there on that back bumper. He looks to the inside line. Can he get the run off of corner 2? Plazic gets a good run down the back.
Plazic going to try to pinch it off down into 3, but that did not work. He slides up the track. Smith gets on the loud pedal. Lucas Smith takes the win. Plazic second. Buchwald third.
And it's Dustin Longboat, the defending champ, coming home fourth, and Paul Longboat completing the top 5 for the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bomber Division in their second and final qualifying heat. That one brought to you by Caledonia Auto Supply.
I don't want to be as nice anymore. Give me my lineups back. Nothing personal.
Plazic Auto Recyclers, Murphy's Country Produce. Number 01P is Adam Plazic. Then in the next row, we got the 01 of Tristan De Silva out of Burlington, the Leggett Chevrolet Let's Landscape Machine. And to his outside, out of Hamilton, the Marble Slab, East Mountain Massage, Pinksburger and Fries, 22A of Ashley Nelson. Right behind them, starting in the 37 machine out of Cambridge, the Ontario Market and Tire 37 of Jake Maas, and the 188 of Paul Longboat out of Oshwegan in the Gales Auto Aftermarket car. The champion from 1 year ago, back there in the 155 out of Oshwegan, the Chiefs Gas and Garage Ride of Dustin Longboat. And we've got the 14 of Jerry Burnham, last week's winner out of Oshwegan, the point leader, the 49L of Lucas Smith, and the 01X, that'll be Mike Hill.
And if you're wondering why they don't line up in the same order as we announced them, some of them earned a starting spot and they choose to go to the back. And that was the case with Enya Robinson, a couple of others as well in the field. They choose to go to the back, so the lineup doesn't always look the same way as it's read out, but we do our best to bring you the field that's out there competing.
And a correction, Mike Bell in the 01X, not Mike Hill. As one lap goes on the board, and Cody Somerville leads right now over the 3 of Alex Moss.
I blinked for 1 minute, and I'm not sure who's leading, Greg. Not going to lie.
Cody Somerville, the 517-year leader. Then it's the 3 of Moss, and now Jillian Hill's up there in that 3rd spot. She's got to be feeling good tonight. This car definitely back to where she likes it.
There is plenty of giddy up in that 32 for Jillian Hills as she works the outside of turn number 3 over Moss. Somerville leading the way, protecting the bottom of the racetrack, and Hills high, wide, and handsome in that 32 machine. She's got the hammer down, keeping it wound up. Hills to the lead in turn number 4. She'll take over the top spot at the line.
She is taking names tonight. Looks to the inside of Jennifer McCollum. That doesn't work. Now we'll try a run to the outside of the 21J into corner number 3. So it's Jillian Hills, your leader in the 32. The 517, that is Cody Somerville right now in second, holding off the 3 machine of Moss and the 78 of Nye.
And Jillian Hills flies to the outside of Enya Robinson as well. She is putting some distance between herself and the rest of the field. As Cody Somerville battling side by side with Nye, just behind a couple of slower cars, and now it'll be 3 wide. That's Longboat, I think, up the middle.
Now Longboat, Paul Longboat doing a nice job in the 188. Oh, not enough room for him. He gets tangled up with McCollum. And Somerville down the backstretch. Somerville holding on to 3rd. But Paul Longboat just lost the front bumper, I believe, on his machine.
Well, he is going to have an aerodynamic disadvantage now, I'm afraid, Greg.
Is there such a thing here?
No. No, that was
pure sarcasm.
Pure. I speak fluent sarcasm.
So Jillian Hills is your leader in the 32. Then it goes back to the 3. There's 4 lap cars between. I'm gonna have to check on this. The 155 on the lead lap, Dustin Longboat. He started at the tail.
.155 we hear is a lap car.
Okay, so then it should be the 155 lap car of Nelson, then Bell and Robinson, another lap car, then the 188, I believe, of Paul Longboat should be second, then Nye and Moss, although under green, I'm pretty sure the 3 of Moss was in that second spot. He had some distance on that battle between Longboat, Nye, and Buchwald.
You know what strikes me as interesting? In my opinion, this would be the hardest class to score manually. Yet, it's the only class we score manually. Another beautiful sunset here at Ohsweken Speedway off the back straightaway, the tree line towards the back stretch.
4 deserving recipients and you. Congratulations, Adam.
I get it. I get it.
No, I say that tongue-in-cheek. Again, heavy on the sarcasm, but going to be a good night next Friday night here.
Hey, Greg, in 10 years, if you retire today, maybe you can be in the Wall of Fame. But I'm
on the Wall of Shame. That's...
Green flag in the air, we're back racing, and what a ragged start. Jillian Hills is half a lap ahead of second place.
And it is that 3 machine of Alex Moss in second, the yellow number 3, second place. Cody Somerville in the 517 right now running in third,
now,
and it's Paul Longboat.
Lucas Smith has to be in second. There's no way Lucas Smith is a lap down.
The 3.
Oh, that 3.
That 3.
Okay.
The other 3.
Like to lodge a scoring complaint.
Jillian Hills is hooked up, to say the least. She struggled mightily in weeks 1 and 2. We've documented that, but man, oh man, she is on a rail here tonight. The battle is for second. The 3 of Moss, and then Longboat. Wow, Cody Somerville got some major air off of corner number 2 in the 517.
Lucas Smith mounting a late race charge here down into turn 1 as we are under yellow.
All right, so we'll reset this again. 1 lap left to go. 32, the orange 32, Jillian Hills is your leader. Second place is that yellow number 3 of Alex Moss. Third, the 188 of Paul Longboat. That's the blue car right behind Alex. And then your point leader right now sitting in fourth, the 49L, the station wagon. And that is Lucas Smith. And then the 78 of Aiden Nye is the 5th place machine. Beyond that, go talk to the scores.
And I think there's a swimming pool. What do you call those little floaties hanging out of the Moss number 37?
Pool noodle.
Pool noodle. No, that looks heavy for a pool noodle.
That hurt.
And the white going to come out together. The 1 to go being given. This time Jillian Hills will not have a cushion of 6 or 7 or 8 lap cars between herself and second place. I want to see what, I'm going to call it now. Lucas Smith is going to finish second.
That's a bold prediction, but it's very, very possible. Green and white come out at the same time, and Hills picks up where she left off and pulls away from the field. Here comes Smith to the inside, Adam. Nice call.
The way he's been bonsai driving into these corners and making it stick. It's a 3-way battle for second. Jillian Hills takes the win tonight, and I am wrong again.
But it made it interesting. Jillian Hills picks up the win. Alex Moss will come home second, and Paul Longboat completes the top 3s. We'll head down to Lucas Oil Victory Lane, as up next will be the Patriot Sprint Tour Dash for Cash. So we'll send Adam Ross down to do Victory Lane for this one. Photographer, as the top 3 have made their way to Lucas Oil Products Victory Lane. Jillian Hills is out of the car. Let's hear it for your winner.
Hands up in the air, celebration. Jillian Hills taking the equipment off. And it was a great run. We'll get over here and chat with her first before we do the photographs. Jillian, come on around to the fan side of the race car here. Going to be handed a checkered flag and a trophy. Boy, and the way the first 2 weeks went, Jillian, did you think you were ever going to find Victory Lane this year?
Well, I knew the car was fast last week with all the problems it was having. I had to run 3rd gear instead of 2nd. Was still able to get up to 5th. Dad was hard at work at this car all week, and now it's perfect. It's a great car.
I saw your dad today. He said, Adam, I think it's going to be good, because he was so confident last week when you had to run 3rd gear that the car was going to be great. He was almost hesitant to say it, but he said, no, I think we got her licked. How'd it feel to be back at the front?
Oh, I love it. That's what we come here for. I come here to win and have fun.
There you have it. Jillian Hills takes home the win tonight in the Bomber division. She's going to get some photographs in victory lane. In second place, Alex Moss, I'm so sorry. Paul Longboat. I'll get this before long. Alex had a great run tonight to finish second. He had to hold off some strong runners there at the end.
Oh yeah, it was a very tight race. I could see Paul coming out of nowhere all the time. I just had to keep fighting him off on the inside.
How much fun is it on a night like tonight? Last week the race was cut short because of serious dust, and drivers weren't really respecting each other with the way they needed to. Tonight looked like the complete opposite.
Oh, it's great when people respect their rides and not just out here bumping cars. They actually treat them nice. Makes a good race.
Is there anyone you'd like to thank for second place?
My dad for always having the car running after the engine blew up on practice night, and my girlfriend for being here.
There you have it. Alex Moss, second place. Longboat. Paul Longboat, another podium finish, and you're all smiles again. You're really stringing the good results together this season.
Oh yeah, my season seems to be coming together this year. It's a lot better than last season. Had kind of season last season, but we seem to be doing good tonight, so hopefully we can keep it going next week.
That green-white, it's not even a green-white checker because it was green and white at the same time. Did you think you could challenge the front two cars for possibly a win?
Yeah, I tried to get around Alex, but I couldn't get around him. I think my tire was didn't have enough air pressure in it, so I wasn't digging good enough.
Who'd you like to thank for your third place run?
First of all, I'd like to thank the crowd for coming out and watching us race, and I'd like to thank my main sponsors, Gales Auto Aftermarket, Hills Diner, Jacasa Designs, I think I'm forgetting Cheesewood Gas and Garage.
That's it from down here at Victory Lane. We'll be right back after a short break.